buzzing tonight, and you can feel it, the kind of electricity that crackles before a storm. Fans are shocked, timelines are melting, and what started as quiet whispers has exploded into full-blown chatter. The rumor,
I forgive him.
Now 7 days later, we get this.
Nothing is changing, but I want to preface, we're not awkward, we're not like weird,
Cringe.
we're not going to be tweeting as if it's him. That's tone deaf and really disturbing.
Absolute tragedy. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. This is the U.S. People are free to share their opinions, no matter how much.
on everyone's lips, that Charlie Kirk's parents didn't just have doubts about Erika, they allegedly warned him. Long before the spotlight got this bright, emotions ran high. The family was left divided. And now, after weeks of clipped videos and resurfaced moments, people are replaying old clips as if they're coded messages. Did the tension we all missed sit in plain sight? Was the picture-perfect glow hiding hairline fractures? Tonight, we're diving into what viewers say they saw, what friends claim they felt, and what fans insist they've pieced together from scattered breadcrumbs. This is commentary on unverified online discussion. No claims of fact. No verdicts, just a gripping walk through the storm of public reaction. Because every time a new receipt drops, theories twist again, and the narrative flips like a coin in midair. If you thought the story ended at the headlines, think again. The questions are louder now. The stakes feel heavier. And the next frame might change how you remember all of it. It all began with a single post that no one thought would matter. A quiet upload buried under countless others. A few grainy clips, and a caption that read, "They warned him, but he didn't listen." Within hours, it caught fire. Timelines flooded with screenshots, threads piled up, and suddenly everyone wanted to know what warning, who said what, and how deep did it go. Fans who once spoke about love and loyalty were now whispering about distance, secrets, and an unease no one had noticed before. People started digging through old interviews, podcasts, and event footage, convinced the truth had been hiding in plain sight all along. Every paused frame, every hesitant smile, became fuel for speculation. What once looked like devotion now seemed staged. Viewers slowed down videos from public events, catching glimpses of Erika's hand stiffening, mid-clap, or Charlie glancing away too fast. Maybe it was grief, maybe it was tension. No one could say for sure, but the internet had already made up its mind that something wasn't. That sent everyone into frenzy came from a resurfaced clip of Charlie's medal ceremony. The setting was grand, lights bright, applause echoing through the hall.
That man. That young man.
But in the middle of all that glamour, fans claimed they saw something odd. Erika stood to one side, her smile frozen in place, while Charlie's parents lingered at the opposite end of the crowd, not once meeting her eyes. That distance between them looked too deliberate to be accidental. One viewer commented, "You can almost feel the air thicken between them." Others agreed, calling it the kind of silent tension families try to hide when cameras are rolling. Soon, side-by-side edits flooded social media, one showing the moment Erika clapped, another zooming in on the mother's expression that seemed to tighten, almost painfully. Whether real or imagined, that look became the centerpiece of every discussion. What made the story even more gripping was the claim that Charlie's parents had quietly voiced their doubts years earlier. According to anonymous sources quoted in fan discussions, the couple had once tried to talk him out of rushing into marriage. They felt something off, not something they could name, but a faint unease that lingered. People online turned that story into a full-blown family drama, complete with imagined conversations. One post that went viral read, "They told him, son, love shouldn't feel like strategy. But he said she was his destiny." That single line spread everywhere, even though no one knew who originally wrote it. As theories grew, old social clips began resurfacing, short videos of Erika smiling through interviews, talking about faith, purpose, and staying composed in chaos. Her calm demeanor, once admired, suddenly looked different to viewers who were already convinced something darker was underneath. Comments poured in, "That's not calm, that's control," one said. Another wrote, "She's too polished, too perfect, like she rehearsed every move." The narrative had shifted, and it wasn't slowing down. Friends of the couple, who had remained silent before, started appearing in anonymous quote posts. One supposed insider claimed, "Charlie loved deeply but trusted to Isley." Another wrote, "He was loyal to a fault. That's what made him brilliant, but it also blinded him." These snippets of supposed conversation fueled the emotional firestorm. Even though none were verified, they sounded believable enough to keep audiences glued. It was like watching a series unfold in real time. Every hour, a new clip. Every day, a new receipt. People also pointed out how Erika seemed detached during public appearances after Charlie's passing. Her poise, once seen as strength, now looked almost eerie to some. She appeared at memorials dressed immaculately, voice unwavering, eyes calm. One fan said, "She didn't look broken, she looked in control." Another countered, "Maybe that's her way of coping." The internet split down the middle, half admiring her composure, half convinced it was too much. Hashtags started trending. Fan-made edits appeared with dramatic music. And every small gesture of hers, how she blinked, where she looked, whether she smiled, was broken down as evidence in a virtual court of public opinion. Then came the money rumor. It started on a small thread with barely 100 followers. Someone claimed that weeks before the tragedy, Erika allegedly received a $350,000 payment from a consulting contract. No one could confirm it, but that didn't matter. It sounded sensational enough to spread. People began connecting dots that didn't exist: business filings, foundation records, even screenshots of similar company names. A few users swore they saw her meet two unknown individuals around the same time, supposedly captured in grainy zoomed-in street footage. Again, no proof, but endless discussion. Viewers drew timelines, compared dates, speculated motives. What kept the story alive was its emotional weight. It wasn't just gossip. It became a symbol of misplaced trust and family pain. The idea that parents could sense danger before anyone else hit people hard. One emotional tweet read, "Sometimes mothers just know, even when no one listens." Another replied, "And fathers stay quiet, hoping to be wrong?" Fans began posting clips of Charlie with his parents, contrasting their warmth with later images that seemed colder. The shift in tone was heartbreaking. Suddenly, the internet wasn't only accusing, it was grieving. It became less about villains and more about loss. About what happens when love blinds judgment. Still, the tension didn't stop there. A new claim appeared from an account that claimed to have connections to Turning Point's staff. According to this person, Erika allegedly requested private security from the same firm that had once worked with Charlie. Again, nothing verified, but it was enough for people to speculate that she was protecting something. Posts filled with blurry photos of security personnel circulated, each labeled with red circles and arrows like a digital crime board. Fans debated endlessly. Was it fear, guilt, or coincidence? Emotions ran wild, and the lines between truth and theory blurred beyond recognition. As nights passed, the internet turned into a theater of obsession. People stayed up late scrolling, connecting fragments that may or may not have meant anything. It's like watching a mystery unfold. One user wrote, "Only this one hurts." Influencers began making commentary videos, dissecting body language, faith quotes, and family statements. Podcasters jumped in, inviting experts to decode the silence of Charlie's parents. In every corner of the web, someone was piecing together their version of the story. And just when it seemed things couldn't get more tangled, screenshots surfaced claiming that Erika had quietly taken on a leadership role in Charlie's organization. The internet erupted again. To some, it was natural continuity. To others, it felt calculated. One viral comment summed it up: too soon, too smooth, too quiet. The debate became more heated, turning from whispers into online shouting matches. Hashtags multiplied. Threads reached thousands of replies. It felt like no one could look away, and every theory only birthed two more. Behind all this noise, one question remained unanswered: why the silence from Charlie's parents? They hadn't spoken publicly, not once. No interviews, no tributes, no posts. That silence became its own mystery. People speculated everything from private grief to deeper fear. As one podcaster dramatically put it, when the loudest people go quiet, that's when you start to wonder what they know. The night this theory went viral, fan edits appeared, showing past family footage in slow motion, intercut with dramatic captions like, "Did they try to warn him?" and "Love or illusion?" It was emotional, messy, human. Every viewer had their own conclusion, their own heartbreak. Yet through it all, one truth remained: no one really knew what happened. And that uncertainty was what made the story impossible to ignore. The threads kept growing, each adding another layer to the fog. But as the theories reached fever pitch, something strange happened. A new video surfaced, one that promised to end the debate forever. It spread faster than any before. Viewers gathered around screens, hearts pounding, waiting to see if this clip would finally reveal what everyone had been searching for. The video opened in silence. A shaky camera panned across a dimly lit room, the kind of place that made people lean closer to their screens. A voice whispered off camera saying, "This is where it happened." No one knew who filmed it or when, but it was enough to set social media ablaze. People claimed the space looked familiar, like the private event hall where Charlie once hosted a fundraiser months before everything changed. Within minutes, hashtags began trending again. "Is this real?" one user posted. Another replied, "It matches the layout from that photo she posted last year." It didn't matter that nothing was confirmed. The audience was already convinced they were witnessing the next major twist in the saga. The footage lasted less than 30 seconds, yet it reignited the fire. Commentators dissected every frame, the reflection in the glass, the faint shadows on the floor, the angle of the light. One channel swore it spotted Erika's silhouette in the background, standing near a table. Others dismissed it as a trick of light, but by then, truth had become secondary to emotion. Fans were hooked on the story's rhythm, the suspicion, the heartbreak, the thrill of uncovering something hidden. Even news outlets began reporting on online debates surrounding a mysterious new clip. No one claimed facts. Everyone fed the intrigue. In the middle of this chaos, a post appeared from an account claiming to be close to Charlie's parents. The message was simple. They tried to speak up once. No one listened. It was all it took. Comments exploded, demanding to know what that meant. Users began threading their own timelines, saying the parents had sensed something wrong from the start. Someone dug up an old interview where Charlie mentioned how his parents always had strong instincts about the people around him. That one quote became proof for millions of viewers who believed the story was no longer just about rumors but about intuition ignored it. Didn't help that around the same time, old photos began resurfacing of Erika at high-profile gatherings. Always poised, always smiling. Captions from years ago, words like blessed, grateful, and in control, were suddenly interpreted as coded messages. Fans scrolled back through her archives, like detectives looking for breadcrumbs. Every emoji, every hashtag became a puzzle piece. People even began cross-referencing timestamps to prove that certain posts lined up to perfectly with other key events in Charlie's life. The coincidences, whether real or fabricated, only deepened the mystery. Then came a new twist that shook the entire conversation. An online article claimed that Erika had allegedly changed her last name legally weeks before the tragedy, citing administrative updates on a public document. Again, there was no verification, but the claim spread like wildfire. Viewers began theorizing that the name change was symbolic, a way to control the narrative. The idea was wild, but in the feverish world of online investigation, it fit perfectly. People began creating timelines not just of events but of emotions: when Charlie looked happiest, when Erika seemed distant, when the family appeared together. What made everything even more gripping were the supposed leaked messages circulating between alleged insiders. One message read, "He wanted space, but she kept everything under her name." Another, "His parents begged him to slow down." The tone was ambiguous, but it added fuel to the already raging fire. Podcasts and commentary channels spent hours reading them aloud, adding dramatic pauses, voice inflections, and moody background music. Viewers were hooked, leaving thousands of comments analyzing every line like it was a script from a tragic play. Through all this, Erika maintained her silence. No public statements, no interviews, no denials. She only appeared in short clips from official events, composed and elegant, her expression unreadable. Some praised her for her strength, saying grief had no single face. Others saw it as strategy, calling it the calm before another storm. The internet's split grew deeper, forming two camps: those who believed in her innocence and those convinced that silence meant something more. Meanwhile, Charlie's parents remained unseen. Neighbors who once saw them regularly said they hadn't appeared in public in weeks. Their social accounts, once filled with proud family photos, were wiped clean. This absence created an eerie vacuum. Where were they? Why had they disappeared from public life so suddenly? Theories multiplied. Some said they were grieving privately. Others claimed they were being kept away intentionally. A few dramatic posts even suggested they were under some kind of protective order. None of it had evidence, yet it fit neatly into the story's growing mythology. Then, in one of the most talked about moments, a podcast host claimed to have received a private message from someone inside the family. The message read, "He was warned about her twice. Both times, he said love conquers all." The host read it live, voice trembling for effect, while dramatic music swelled underneath. Within hours, clips of that segment flooded social media. People quoted the line endlessly, using it as proof that the story was finally coming full circle. The phrase "love conquers all" became ironic shorthand for the tragedy everyone was obsessing over. And as if on cue, another alleged piece of the puzzle dropped a video of Erika speaking at a leadership event just 2 weeks before everything happened. In it, she said, "When people misunderstand your piece, let them. Calmness doesn't mean weakness." At the time, it sounded like motivational advice. Now, fans called it foreshadowing. They played the clip repeatedly, adding captions like "Was this a warning?" and "She knew what was coming." The internet's imagination had no limits. The speculation reached such heights that even unrelated figures began weighing in. Commentators, comedians, and influencers added their takes, calling it the most bizarre internet mystery of the year. Talk shows used it for monologues. Blogs wrote breakdowns titled "The Warning That No One Heard," and online forums treated it like a live case. Still, amidst all the noise, one question refused to fade. What really happened between Charlie, Erika, and his parents? Every night, new voices joined the debate. One popular creator posted a 20-minute breakdown comparing body language from different years, highlighting how Charlie once leaned toward his wife in interviews but later began sitting slightly angled away. It was subtle, maybe meaningless, but to millions, it felt like confirmation. Another viral clip showed a quiet exchange between Erika and an assistant at a gala, slowed down to 0.25 speed, with captions reading, "Watch her lips, what is she saying?" The theories were endless, the obsession bottomless. But even in all this noise, a strange emotional fatigue began setting in. Some users started to feel guilty for turning someone's grief into entertainment. "We're all detectives now," one comment read, "but maybe we're just chasing ghosts." Yet even those who questioned the ethics couldn't look away. The story had everything: romance, tragedy, mystery, power, and silence. It was no longer just about Charlie Kirk or Erika. It had become a mirror, reflecting how the internet consumes drama, turning sorrow into spectacle. And then, in the early hours of a quiet Sunday morning, a new post appeared: 3 photos, one candlelit, one blurred, one captioned simply, "Some truths will burn their way out." It came from an unverified account, but it was enough to make everyone pause. People said it looked like something from inside the Kirk household. Others said it was just clickbait. Yet again, curiosity won over caution. The thread exploded with comments, demanding answers. No one realized that what was coming next would send this entire story spiraling into even darker territory. By sunrise, the internet was on fire again. The 3 photos had ignited a storm no one could control. The first image, a candle on a table beside a folded note, was eerie enough. The second showed a blurred reflection in what looked like a mirror. And the third was simply a single line of text. "We told him, but he chose love." Within hours, that phrase was everywhere. People printed it on t-shirts, made it their bios, and used it as the caption under old clips of Charlie and Erika laughing together. No one knew where the post came from, but that didn't stop thousands from insisting it had to be from someone close to the family. Some even claimed the handwriting on the note in the photo matched an old birthday card Erika once posted. Comparisons flooded timelines, every loop magnified by curiosity and emotion. The debate got uglier. Fans took sides in a way that felt almost tribal. One half believed Erika was being unfairly targeted, saying people were projecting stories onto her grief. The other half was convinced she was hiding something deeper. Comments clashed like wildfire. "You can't fake pain forever." One post read. Another fired back, "Or maybe she doesn't owe us her breakdown." Entire live streams were dedicated to debating her body language. Channels that once discussed politics now analyzed her tone of voice in old interviews. For every clip showing her smiling, someone said she looked too calm. For every moment she looked emotional, someone said it's performative. The truth no longer mattered, only perception did. And that's when another detail surfaced: the supposed disappearance of Charlie's parents from public view. Fans noticed that even local newspapers hadn't mentioned them since the tragedy. Their social media accounts were either inactive or deleted, and their friends refused to comment. A single Reddit post claiming they went quiet after asking questions about money gained more than 2 million views in a day. People began constructing elaborate theories that they'd been warned to stay silent, while others believed they were simply retreating from the chaos. Whichever version you believed, the silence felt heavy, almost deliberate. A week later, an audio clip began circulating, someone whispering what sounded like a fragment of a conversation. "You said it was done," the voice said, followed by faint static. No one could confirm if it was real, but it went viral instantly. Captions claimed it was Erika's voice. Others argued it was edited, but once again, the damage was done. Commentators repeated it over dramatic music, calling it the most chilling audio of the year. Hashtags spiked overnight, fan theories multiplied. As the frenzy continued, people began looking for meaning in everything Erika did or didn't do. She attended a charity event, wearing a dark dress and minimal makeup. Instead of empathy, her appearance was treated like a crime scene. Commentators froze frames, analyzed her posture, and speculated about her mood. One fan tweeted, "She looks like someone who already knows the ending." Another replied, "Or someone who's just tired of pretending." Every opinion turned into an argument. Every theory became a battleground, but then something unexpected happened. A family friend, known only by the initials MJ, appeared on a late-night podcast. The guest claimed that Charlie's parents had indeed been uneasy about Erika from the beginning. They told him she was ambitious. The guest said quietly, they thought she wanted to shape his image, not share his life. The host leaned in, voice dropping for drama. "So you're saying, they warned him?" "They tried," MJ answered. "But he said she gave him peace." That single exchange went viral before the episode even ended. Viewers clipped it, added captions, and called it confirmation of everything they'd suspected. After that, social media went into complete meltdown. Countless reaction videos surfaced, each adding new speculation. Some claimed Erika had manipulated the narrative to maintain power after Charlie's death. Others defended her fiercely, saying she was being attacked because of gender biases and grief expectations. It was no longer a story, it was a cultural event. Every influencer had a take. One even said, "This isn't about one woman. It's about how easily stories can twist when no one can speak for themselves." Then came the most explosive revelation yet. A supposed financial document began circulating online, claiming that a transfer had been made to Erika's foundation account around $350,000 just weeks before the tragedy. No bank names, no timestamps, just blurred images and red circles highlighting numbers. Yet the moment it hit the internet, it was treated like gospel. "Follow the money," a viral thread declared. Soon, amateur investigators began tracing company names, digging into public databases, and linking unrelated organizations just to make the pieces fit. One user even created a full timeline video showing how everything connected, gaining over 5 million views in 2 days. What made the story impossible to ignore was the eerie timing. Around the same week the rumor broke, Erika quietly announced a new project through her foundation, a mentorship program focused on values, legacy, and leadership. People immediately tied it to the alleged payment. "She's funding the future with the past." One caption said dramatically, even though there was no proof of any connection, the public didn't care. They were convinced they'd found their smoking gun. Throughout it all, Erika stayed silent, but her silence spoke volumes to people already primed to believe the worst. Her rare posts were short and vague quotes about endurance, forgiveness, and divine timing. Each one was screenshotted and analyzed like sacred text. Is she confessing? Is she warning us? Is she manipulating sympathy? The theories became endless loops. One creator even made a series titled The Coded Language of Erika Kirk, where they broke down her word choices as if they were clues in a riddle. As the weeks went by, the narrative grew darker. Fans began noticing eerie coincidences: songs she shared, the order of her stories, the color of her clothes. One user wrote, "She's communicating through symbolism." Another said, "You're reaching." But even the skeptics kept watching. No one wanted to miss the next twist, and just when the tension reached its peak, a new headline appeared across entertainment blogs. "Leadership shakeup inside Turning Point, America quiet transition raises eyebrows." The article mentioned Erika's sudden appointment to a senior role in the organization, a move that hadn't been publicly announced. That headline alone reignited everything. She took control. One thread claimed, "It was planned all along." Others argued it was just succession logistics. But once again, truth couldn't compete with the narrative's momentum. By now, the story had evolved beyond grief or speculation. It was about control, about who held the power to shape legacy. The silence of the parents, the timing of the leadership change, the rumored money transfer, all of it blended into a single storyline too dramatic to ignore. The internet didn't need facts anymore. It had its own version of the truth. And that truth had a life of its own. Comment sections turned into emotional confessionals. Strangers wrote about their own regrets, about people they didn't listen to, about warnings they ignored. And then, as if the internet itself had paused to breathe, a new leak surfaced, one that promised to end the silence once and for all. A screenshot of a message supposedly from Charlie's mother, time-stamped months before his death, reading, "We just want him safe." The image spread like wildfire. People said it explained everything. Others said it was fabricated. But the emotion it carried was real, the idea of a mother